Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Midweek Song Swap for the end of January. My brain is in February for some reason. We are Dan and Faith. We're coming to you from snowy Charlestown, New Hampshire, where we are getting our third storm in a week, which we could do without that, but hey, it's New Hampshire. And we are joined this week by Charlie Mosbrook from Cleveland, Ohio. Welcome, Charlie. It's great to have you with us.
It's good to be here. And we are not experiencing snow, though my wife got the day off because we were supposed to have a major snow event.
Oh.
We just had rain all day. There may be snow later tonight, but there's no reason for her to stay home. She took advantage of the opportunity, though.
Hey, if they're going to give her a snow day, she might as well go off and enjoy it. So
have fun.
Good stuff. Yeah, I think we're supposed to get all the snow and the rain, so we're not looking forward to that. We finally, I think, got most of the ice out of the driveway.
Yeah, went meandering around with a spreader to get some ice melt because
the tractor was sliding down the hill.
I nearly got the tractor stuck in a ditch yesterday, so
yeah, not
trying to avoid that.
Yeah.
So, shall we kick this off?
Yeah, we figure we're kind of snowed in and probably will be for at least another day, and so we're gonna wish we were out on the road.
Mm-hmm.
So
we'll get out there before too long.
Yeah, this is our road song.
Cool.
All right, here we go.
Riding down the highway with 1,000 other cars, traveling a route that everybody runs. I'm tired of watching brake lights, the bumper up ahead. I'm looking for a road less traveled. Everybody says you gotta get there faster. Doesn't matter who you run off the road. Don't care about destination, the journey is the key. I'm looking for a road less traveled. Take it easy on the road less traveled. Take it nice and slow. No competition, no fighting for position. It's a better way to go. Take me to the back road, find a slower life. Trade exhaust fumes for fresher air. I've broken down far too many times in my life. I'm looking for a road less traveled. Take it easy on the road less traveled. Take it nice and slow. No competition, no fighting for position. It's a better way to go. Anywhere it takes me, big city or the desert, as long as it's quiet and I'm mostly on my own. Even if it finally leads me back to me, I'm looking for a road less traveled. Take it easy on the road less traveled. Take it nice and slow. No competition, no fighting for position. It's the better way to go. Already too much traffic in my life. Too many lanes, too many choices. I need another path, even if it leads me nowhere. I'm looking for a road less traveled. Take it easy on the road less traveled. Take it nice and slow. No competition, no fighting for position. It's the better way to go. It's the better way to
I've gotten used to in open mics trying to duplicate my claps and create a bigger sound from a single person clapping. There have been nights when we've had difficulty generating the loud clapping sound. So I will do my best tonight to give you the full clap that I'm sure everybody else out there in the internet is trying to bring back to us.
Yeah. So what do you got?
Well, mind if I sing a song?
Oh,
Go
please.
right ahead.
That's why we're here.
I gotta remember. I haven't done this in a little while, so I have to remember that you guys are over there, and while I look down here to see you, this is actually the appropriate place to look.
The joys of online shows. Yeah.
Yes. So the song circle, my favorite part of it is the response. It's a call and response as far as I'm concerned. So you doing your road song, I think it's probably appropriate that I do a train song, because that is my
Absolutely.
preference when I travel.
That's your travel mode.
And late Monday night, I will be hopping on the train out of Cleveland into Chicago and then onward to Kansas City for Folk Alliance. And back in 2020, right before we were all told to stay home, I mean, we weren't told to stay home for very long. He gave up on that pretty quickly. But nonetheless, we were told to stay home at least for a little while. Right before that, we all went down to New Orleans, and this song I wrote on the way home from that Folk Alliance down there. The next stop is Memphis. There came a warning from the crew. Impatiently she swayed with a suitcase in her hand, slowing the tempo at St. Paul and May. She exits at Central Station, and she don't care about Graceland. No, she's here for Lorraine. In a silhouette in blue. Everybody is on board, and the conductor, he shuts the door. And with a flam, a tapping slowly back up to speed, the coaches roll. And like a street corner dancer up high on his toes, just a moment to rest between shows. 'Cause the crowd moves along when you're in between songs. In a silhouette in blue. Frets moved. Well, on the city of New Orleans, the dining car is closed. Just for the folks who ride, well, up in coach they won't eat tonight. And it's been raining since Jackson. I dreamed a refrain, a song of abandoned campsites. And this juke joint is silent. My Stella won't hold its tune. And a silhouette in blue. But since we left Louisiana, there have been no more parades. And when the locomotive roars, it sounds like Buddy Bolin's horns. And now we're almost through Homewood, there are no delays, no trouble reported this morning. And our arrival's on time on track number 9. In a silhouette in blue. And that concludes my song.
Yeah,
Thank you. And you guys get the double clap there. Thank you.
that's right.
Yeah, there's that.
You get two claps in one.
And Faith, your instruments just gained 4 more strings.
Funny about that.
It is.
And you know, later in the evening, it'll probably gain about 10 more inches. So yeah.
The instruments change. Love the imagery in that, and
Oh, man.
you know,
And the mood.
and the jazzy influence in that. It's,
Thanks. Yeah, I really like that. I love that song. It just
Yeah.
it caught me while I was riding home, and
Just a little
kinda roll with
silhouette in blue.
I feel badly though. Well, I don't know where my phone is. I could change the color behind me if I had my phone on me.
it looks good.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. It's
Yeah.
a nice little amber tone.
Well, we thought we would play one that does reference trains, but
Briefly.
briefly, but it sort of goes, fits mood-wise too, I think.
Yeah.
So this is based around a town in western Massachusetts. And actually, the train that you take out of Cleveland going to Chicago, part of it comes from Boston and goes right through the town of Beckett, Massachusetts.
Yep.
Doesn't stop there.
Yeah.
We actually live along the Vermonter, which once upon a time was called the Montrealer. It comes right through our town.
Doesn't stop here either.
It stops in Bellows Falls, just south of us, and Claremont, New Hampshire, just north. But
Yep.
we love trains. Don't get to ride them as much as I'd like, but
Yeah, he introduced me to trains back when we were dating, and because we used to take the train down to New York City, where
we went to school in Troy, New York, so near Albany. So we would take the run down the Hudson River, and actually frequently would wind up on the lakeshore from New York up to Albany, which at the time had a really delightful dining car, but I know they're phasing out some of that service, which is annoying.
yeah,
Well, we'll see. Hopefully they replace some of the CEOs of this Amtrak Corporation, because
That'd be good.
I think they were put in place by somebody who wanted to phase out the entire railroad system.
who could that
I
possibly
don't know,
be?
but the current guy seems to like them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The current guy is definitely a train fan. So
All right, so this is called Sleepy Town, based around Beckett. Ready?
yep.
At the general store, you can get doghouse roses and cigarettes, rods and reels and fishing nets, movie rentals and snacks for pets. In this sleepy little town, in this sleepy little town, this old town winding roads and flower pots. Neighbors who never lock their doors. But the trains don't stop here anymore. At the general store it all goes down, social hub of this small town, where the gossip goes around and policeman makes his daily rounds. In this sleepy little town, in this sleepy little town, this old town the time forgot, with its winding roads and flower pots. Neighbors who never lock their doors, but the trains don't stop here anymore. At the general store you'll find it all, snowshoes hanging from the wall, gas your car, rakes for fall, what you need though it's no mall. In this sleepy little town, in this sleepy little town, highway went by years ago, factory moved to Mexico, quarries closed and the motel too, quiet settles like the morning dew. But the general store has closed its doors, dust collects on creaking floors, can't shop in this town no more and we don't know what's in store. For this sleepy little town, for this sleepy little town, this old town the time forgot, with its winding roads and flower pots. Neighbors who never lock their doors, but the trains don't stop here anymore. In this sleepy little town.
I'm trying to use my feet aren't very well controlled. So I'm trying to alternate the clap and the foot tap to give you the double sound.
The general stores, there actually were two for a while. They're both closed, but somebody's opening one of them back up. So I just posted a video of us singing that to the town Facebook group, and
Everybody's loving it.
people
so-
were really excited that to honor the general store reopening.
and excited that somebody would write a song about the general store.
The old general store was one where you'd be walking in and this guy, happy-looking guy with long hair, would be walking out and you'd bump into him.
That was Arlo.
And
He
there's
lives the
Arlo.
next town over.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the locals. So is
Sarah Lee and Johnny and
a bunch of other folks. It's a lot of artists are hanging around in that area. So
lots of Guthries is what I'm hearing.
yeah,
just a few, yeah.
Good.
And an Irian. Yeah.
Well, my response to the sleepy little town, it's sort of a nostalgic song about a place that my grandparents owned years ago, and we would go there as kids. Last summer we had a chance to visit the house and have cocktails with the family who now owns that property.
Oh, cool.
And the house was called Hemlock Hill, and this is the song I wrote about it. Out on the porch, late on a summer's day, we gathered round and watched the children play out in the yard, just like our former days when we were young, on Hemlock Hill. Down below in a maze of rhododendron, we were chasing rabbits as fast as we could run, and we grew so quick, but the time stood still, back home on Hemlock Hill. We never thought that we would grow up and be parents to our own. No rabbits caught, but we could count each hair as years roll by, slowly age and say goodbye to a time long gone I remember well, back home on Hemlock Hill. My father shared the stories of his life and all the years, and how he met his wife and took a job and built his family, who grew and moved from Hemlock Hill. Now every summer like pilgrims we arrive across the state, and around the lake we drive to a time long gone I remember well, back home on Hemlock Hill. We never thought that we would grow up to be parents of our own. No rabbits caught, but we could count each hair as years roll by, slowly age and say goodbye to a time long gone I remember well, back home on Hemlock Hill. My mom cooks best out on the grill, back home on Hemlock Hill. I like to think my mom helped me write that as we searched for a rhyme for the word rhododendron.
That's a good challenge.
Yeah.
And as you were singing that, it occurred to me we live right up the hill from Hemlock Corners.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because North and South Hemlock branch off from our road.
A few houses down,
Yeah.
and actually the other end of our property touches South Hemlock.
Sort of just barely.
Just at the corner, yeah. So,
So very cool.
well, it got me thinking. We had a lot of different possibilities, but
All of which needed the extra length here.
so the bass comes out for this one. But we have a cabin in Beckett, the same town as the last song. Before I was born, my parents were renting cabins on this little lake in the Berkshires, and when I was 2 years old, they bought a piece of land and started building. And this song's really about the cabin, but it also came from a lucid dream. The imagery started there, and then some of our cabin filtered into it. So this is called Old Cabin. Ready?
I think so.
I'll visit old dreams again of imagined places seen before. Take a walk there with new friends and visit those who've gone before.
And walk along a narrow, muddy track. Grass grows up the middle, not used anymore. This old cabin's odor's not coming back. Through the mists of time I find it stored.
This old cabin yearns for company, for the feel of little feet upon its floors. In the cold winter without its family, waiting for a friendly knock upon the door.
The cabin watches over the trees, guards the unkept yard.
backyard is a rock with piled stones. Marks the place where ashes laid to rest. Now its master has left it all alone. The cabin guides him on his spirit quest. The children have all moved away. They come to visit when they get the chance. The old cabin wishes they would stay. Wishes to feel little feet dance. Will there be another generation? Will new children come and run and play? The old cabin doesn't want to be forgotten. Will someone come and stay another day? Will someone come and stay another day?
Well done.
Yeah.
My
And-
dad's ashes are in the backyard, so are his parents, actually.
Yep. And our niece is spends more time up there than anybody else in the family. So we do actually have another generation up at the cabin, which is wonderful.
We went down there a few weeks ago in the snow. It was an adventure.
Yeah. But
Yes.
it's still doing work on the place. A family cabin is never done.
Well, as you just said snow, let's do a little snow song here.
Snow.
We are supposed to get hit by something terrible tonight, but we were supposed to get hit by something terrible this afternoon, so who knows where terrible is. I'm inside and I'm warm.
There you go.
That's what's good.
Earlier, we were, a friend of mine she posted pictures of herself she had come to visit Cleveland from Hawaii. Why this time of year? I don't know. But this is when she chose to come, so she was
Hey.
making sure that she had remembered the how to layer.
Yes.
And I remember how to layer. You stay home and you put on the whale watching the cam from Maui and just enjoy the.
And the layering is layering yourself and the blankets on the couch.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No need to go out in this.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a song I wrote during the polar vortex, right around the time Pete Seeger died. And this song also ended up being a runner-up in the John Hartford Memorial Songwriting Contest. It's called Knocking at My Door, no, Howling at My Door, that's what it was. Now seasons change and summer's gone, and autumn's charms long past gone. Canadian winds are howling at my door, and I look out across the ice and snow. Like Erie winds are gonna bitterly blow. A chill is gonna settle deep in your bones, and baby, I don't mind. I'm doing my time with you. And baby, I don't mind. I'm doing my time with you. And I don't know where the road begins. I just lost the words. I know where it is. It's what we were just talking about. Well, I guess we'll be staying in, 'cause I don't know where the road begins. 'Cause there's a few feet of snow here and maybe more. Maybe I don't mind. I'm doing my time with you. And baby, I don't mind. I'm doing my time with you. one of those songs where I can actually admit to brain freeze. And the worst is yet to come. It might be months before the sun finds its way back into our home. There is no pardon nor parole. There is no bail that we can go. And baby, I don't mind, 'cause justice here is blind, and I'm doing my time with you. Oh, the wood is piled by the kettle stove. I got these blankets that my mother wove. Some whiskey's gonna help that fire glow. And baby, I don't mind. I'm doing my time with you, you do 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 do. Baby, I don't mind. I'm doing my time with you. I don't mind. I'm doing my time with you.
Yeah.
Thanks. You know, as long as you're going to be stuck in the house for a few days, it's good to be with somebody you care about.
Amen to that.
Yep.
Boy, did that make the pandemic a lot easier.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we get along, you know, it's nice.
Yeah. And
Felt sorry for people who truly were alone for
yeah.
all of that period.
Or for folks who were cooped up with somebody that they really weren't that keen on.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
but we got lucky. Sounds like you did too. So it was all good.
Well, we have something that follows that pretty well. So
Both the seasonality and the love song seemed appropriate.
this is called "There for You." When the road trips you up, brings you down, turns your smile into a frown, call me up, I'll come around, I'll be there for you. When the daylight fades to night, when the shadows cause you fright, I'll be there to hold you tight, I'll be there for you. When you need me, I'll be there, I'm the one who'll always care. No need to cry or fear, I'll be there for you. When autumn leaves begin to fall, when you're feeling down and small, you know who you can call, I'll be there for you. When you need me, I'll be there, I'm the one who'll always care. No need to cry or fear, I'll be there for you. Winter skies turn dark and gray, when the blues won't go away, you can call me any day, I'll be there for you. When you need me, I'll be there, I'm the one who'll always care. No need to cry or fear, I'll be there for you. When we're old and moving slow, there is something you will know. There will always be that glow. I'll be there for you. When you need me, I'll be there. I'm the one who'll always care. No need to cry or fear. I'll be there for you. When you need me, I'll be there. I'm the one who'll always care. No need to cry or fear. I'll be there for you. And I was battling wishing well thoughts to my headphones, which were sliding off my back of my head.
Yeah, the joys of headphones.
Managed to keep them from tumbling off in the middle of the song.
Well done. Yeah, I use these little earbuds, and they're great because, you know, they're not headphones or anything. But yeah, when they start to tug or get out of shape for some reason, it's really problematic.
Yeah.
One of the things we don't deal with for in-person shows. Yes.
Yeah.
But
necessary evil for the online ones, though.
Yeah. What time do we go till? You taking us till 9:30 or 8:30 rather?
8:30.
8:30
Yeah, it's just a
Eastern. Yep.
1 hour show.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
More songs.
Enough for just a little flavor.
So we got a couple more, probably.
Yeah.
Well, let me.
And you'll get the last song.
You
so.
you say. Oh, thanks. You say I'll be there for you. This one is called "Remember Who We Are," and the kids who inspired this song, they were living in Parkland, Florida at a time when their school was attacked by a child with a gun.
Yeah.
And the kids had had enough of it, and they didn't feel anybody else was defending them, so they said, "We're going to do it on our own."
Yep.
They didn't feel anybody was there for them, and but they had a direct message, and they said, "Hey, remember who we are. We will be voting soon." And I think we saw the fruits of that.
Oh, yeah.
in this
Did.
last election, didn't we?
Not only that, but one of that age group is now a congressman from Florida.
That's very cool.
Oh,
He was part of the March for Our Lives. He was the organizer.
Yeah,
Boy, I bet that ticked off Florida, or at least their governor.
probably. But he's jumping in.
That's good news. Remember who we are. We come from near and far. And women marching in the streets and bent-kneed athletes. And we are refugees and dreamers. The immigrants you blame, and we will come from near and far. Remember who we are. Remember who we are. We carry open scars. We push these wheelchairs forward. You should not disregard us. Well, as we block the halls of Congress for the fear of a graveyard, we will come from near and far. Remember who we are. We stood up to the Klansmen and the Nazis just the same, and to a tone-deaf president for whom the victims shared the blame for a deadly act of terror. To him it's just a game, and we will come from near and far. Remember who we are. We are scientists and teachers, reporters on TV, investigators, lawyers, oh, the proof it's plain to see. And the evidence it's obvious, so don't look the other way, 'cause we will come from near and far. Remember who we are. And you say that all lives matter, but it doesn't seem that way. Know the consequence of life, it's dying every day. And if the motto of the police here is self-service and neglect, well, we will come from near and far. Remember who we are. Schools, they're filled with children that live by different rules, and drills and lockdowns put in place can't save them from these fools. And as you pander to the worst in us, young lives are laid to waste, and we will come from near and far. Remember who we are, and we will come from near and far. Oh, remember who we are.
Yeah,
Wow, yeah.
it was great.
Thanks. And your friends, the Guthries, who live, the neighbors you have, they throw a festival down in Okima for their father and grandfather, and that won second place in that
Nice.
in the songwriting contest that they have at that big festival.
That's
Well
awesome.
deserved.
Yeah.
I was pretty happy. Yeah.
Yep. A lot of folks out there who, are out making waves and
Let's all make this a better world.
Yeah.
amen.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to.
Somebody's got to.
Yeah.
We do have a song I wrote for the Parkland folks. We're not going to follow with that, though. But that one does mention it's basically the ultimate gist of it is we screwed this up. Unfortunately, you're going to have to fix it.
Yeah.
And they're stepping right up, and we're behind
We're
them
in good
100%. So, yeah.
I've been working with a lot of kids recently, teaching this Stop the Hate program in
Excellent.
the Cleveland schools. It's songwriting and essay writing contests, and yeah, we've got some good kids coming up.
Yeah.
Young people in this country are smart.
I get this. My take out of the Parkland was just hopefulness out of the actions of those who survived.
And, the survivors taking their summer vacation the following summer and just traveling around the country, registering kids to vote. And, if you're going to be 18, if you're 18 already, let's get you registered now. If you're going to be 18 between now and Election Day, let's get you the paperwork. Let's make sure that, and here's why voting matters. So,
But yeah, we've been
to 'em.
following this kid who's now in Congress, and he's a little wide-eyed getting to Washington, D.C. He's having trouble getting an apartment because nobody wants to give
I
him
saw that.
That's
crazy.
Wants to rent him anything. It's like he doesn't have a financial history. It's like he's a kid.
Funny
They should
about
have dorms,
that.
and they'll have to live a life of poverty anyway while they serve.
that.
Yeah.
Dorms,
Well-
meal plan, the whole shit.
Yeah. So you talked about immigrants, and this is a tale of folks coming to the southern border legally, because the way you come seeking asylum is you step onto U.S. soil by crossing the bridge, and you request asylum. And that's not illegal. That's actually what international treaty says
What
is exactly
international
how you're
treaty
supposed to do it.
requires. So, yes.
So this is from the perspective of a fellow bringing his family. It's called Mi Nombre Jorge. Mi nombre Jorge. Please can I stay? My life was threatened. Just yesterday, I mean no harm. Just wanna farm, work the fields and earn an honest pay. 'Cause we just wanna live a simple life. Escape the hatred and strife. We come as a family to the land of the free to plead our case for a better life. Thugs said, pack up and run, or else they take away my only son. I had no say. They took my land away, so I came here to find better days. 'Cause we just want to live a simple life, escape the hatred and strife. We come as a family to the land of the free to plead our case for a better life. We walked here 1,000 miles or more, came to knock on liberty's door through mountains and deserts to this place, seeking for a little peace and grace. We come because of the mess that was made. The CIA meddled, then walked away. The junta they propped up is killing those of us who live in peace and work hard every day. 'Cause we just want to live a simple life, escape the hatred and strife. We come as a family to the land of the free to plead our case for a better life. Plead our case for a better life. A better life.
You were hearing, as I was clapping, my strings were bouncing off the fret here, and creating this really funny little sound.
Guitar got to applaud too.
Yeah. Well, I have a good response for that, but like you, I don't think I'm gonna do it because it's a long song and I haven't done it in a while, so I'm more than likely to fail. And it's a song that deserves better. Which, by the way, I may as well promote as long as I just said that term.
Oh, please.
I have a new a collection of music that's available in all the streaming platforms, and it's called They Deserve Better, and it's a collection mostly of songs that I wrote many years ago and did a terrible job of performing and recording them, so I thought they deserve better. So I went and redid them, and they're fun. It's a cool collection of recordings.
Nice.
Eclectic, too. I mean, there's some sort of bluesy funk rock kind of things going on, as well as the folk that I mean it's all hinged on the same thing, but
Yeah.
I use drums in a few songs, which isn't the norm for me.
Yeah, we use drums on There For You on the recording, but which is out of character, but it fit the song.
Yeah.
Gotta honor the song.
Well, here's a song from a CD of mine called Together Alone. It's the last song on the record. There is a time when we all will know that we all can be together and let the circle grow. There will be moments of shared songs and tears and laughter, and the days that will come after like they were not long ago. And in the waning hours tempted, we gather too soon as we dream of nights together, twirling under the moon. There will be signs as we emerge, expectations and foolish urges, and the joy of seeing you smile. Remains the grief, remains the tears that we have shed, and the isolated mourning. No hugs, no eulogy, she said. No toast was ever raised. No hugs or visiting hours. And if we have it in our power, and may we celebrate our dead. And in the waning hours tempted, we gather too soon as we dream of nights together, twirling under the moon. There will be signs as we emerge, expectations and foolish urges, and the joy of seeing you smile. And I do enjoy that opportunity to see my friends smile. I'm looking forward to FEI, where I think there's a pretty strict masking rule still.
Good.
But we'll see each other smile from time
Yeah.
to time.
That's good.
And by the way,
Thank you.
Great song.
yeah,
And we have been like back and forth across several different possibilities here, but I think Dulcimer should come out for this.
yeah, and this one I will throw this up on screen here for a sec. Sort of can't get the whole thing in
Ooh,
one
that's
shot, but
So which one are we doing?
New Vision to work.
Okay.
But
Had a couple that could work. Both are Dulcimer songs.
yep.
This particular Dulcimer came from Berea, Kentucky. And we like to talk about the fellow who built this is Warren May down there. Built a Dulcimer a day, 6 days a week for over 40 years. He's still building some, but he used to have a shop in the middle of town.
And sadly, he closed the shop during COVID and has not reopened. But he is still building. He is a delightful gentleman, fabulous player, and amazing woodworker. And so yeah, and it's one of my two good dulcimers.
Yeah. So this is called New Vision, sort of a hopeful message song.
Okay.
I leave you enough room?
I think so.
Okay.
I'll just turn a little bit, and I
That'll
think
work.
it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'll try not to whack you, or vice versa.
Same here.
Ready?
Yep.
Cast aside your deepest fears, the worries of your mind. The universe will reveal a path for you to find as we try to organize the burdens of our lives. Set aside the time to seek the wisdom of the light. So laugh together every day, though there may be sorrow. Only love will show the way to a bright tomorrow. Let go your cares and listen to the voices of the trees. Lift your arms like branches, reaching for a gentle breeze. When we build walls round ourselves, let them not become a prison. Open doors and windows wide. Peace and joy, your new vision. So laugh together every day, though there may be sorrow. Only love will show the way to a bright tomorrow. So laugh together every day, though there may be sorrow. Only love will show the way to a bright tomorrow. New Vision. Yeah, Charlie Beckett.
Get the cursor down there. There we
we
go.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, let's
take us home. Got time for one more.
Okay, I'm going to stay in that same theme of a hope for tomorrow.
Hey.
And being the waning hours of January, I have just a few more opportunities to sing this song in January. The song is called January Sky, though it's actually not written about January, it's written about the solstice. Back in 2012, I had a buddy who he gets caught up in a lot of conspiracy ideas and all kinds of, ooh, this is something we need to be worried about. And generally speaking, well, the one thing he was worried about in 2012 was the prophecy. Somebody had a prophecy that we were all going to just disappear, that there would be no more existence beyond the solstice in 2012. And,
Oh, yes, I remember
I
that.
think it was the Mayan calendar. or
Yeah, the
something.
Mayan
Mayan
calendar
calendar,
ended.
that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the interpretation by some was that meant, well, if the calendar runs out, then we're all done. Like Y2K, I guess.
Yeah.
So I wrote a song in response to this concern, and the hope was that, hey, we'll wake up and the days will start getting longer, and we'll go out and be able to enjoy those cold, sunny January skies, and before we know it, summer will be here. The end is almost here, and it's the last month of the year, and a time to reflect upon fond memories and tears. For all the friends we've gained, and still a sense of loss remains. A trumpet blows in the distance, a simple refrain, and though the night is almost gone, we can hold back the dawn and pause in peace and hope that we shall still be here. And as the darkness grew, beyond the solstice light broke through. With every season sad ending is a chance to renew. Beginnings lead with ends, will end a night we're all with friends. So let us pause in this moment as we try to suspend. And though the night is almost gone, we can hold back the dawn and pause in peace and hope that we shall still be here. And once the morning arrives, we can open up our eyes and we can open up our hearts with a song for these January skies. Once the morning arrives, we can open up our eyes and we can open up our hearts with a song for these January skies.
Oh, beautiful.
What a perfect song to end the show on, too. So
Oh, thanks. Yeah, we gotta
This-
leave January in a hopeful manner, I suppose.
Absolutely. And yeah, the Mayan calendar running out is no different from our annual calendars running out. The Mayans just weren't around to go buy next year's. So
Who's going to choose what pictures we have?
exactly.
Yeah.
We have wolves this year. We went from polar bears to wolves.
Nice.
Well, we're enjoying the fact that sunset is now well after 4 o'clock.
Sunset is actually it's actually still light at 5 o'clock. It's awesome.
Wow.
Our earliest sunset is like 4:10, and so December days get very dark here.
I bet.
And,
Yeah,
Yeah, you're pretty far east and north.
yeah,
we're
yeah. Arguably New England should be on Atlantic Standard Time year round. It would. The Eastern time zone is kind of insanely
it's goofy.
wide,
Yeah.
especially when you get out in the Upper Peninsula and go all the way west in the Upper Peninsula
And do that in
in June, and it's 10 o'clock at
mid-June,
night.
and it's
Wow.
10 o'clock and the sun is setting. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a little strange, but oh well. So this has been absolutely delightful.
Yeah.
It's always a treat to hear you sing, and it's a even bigger treat to swap songs with you. And look forward to the next time we can do some of this in person.
And sing along and play
yeah.
along and all that good stuff. So
Yeah, well,
But,
thank you. It's fun, and I love listening to the two of you. You bring such joy to the music, and
thank you.
and the assortment of instruments. I actually, as I look around my studio, I pretty much have. You'd be covered if you showed up here and you needed,
Cool.
Yeah.
based on what you used. But
Well, I didn't bring
But
out the
you're using
banjo
them all.
today. Yeah,
Oh,
I
I do
didn't.
not
I
have
didn't
a
play the banjo or the
Or the
harmonica.
harmonicas, but they're
Okay.
they're ready just in case.
we have
Yeah,
a harmonica over there. It's best that I don't touch that. It seemed like a good idea when I was 20.
actually, Old Cabin. It's one of these days I've got to work up for the instrumental part of that. The harmonica will work
Harmonica.
well. I just have never taken the time to work that up.
Yep. One of these days.
Yeah.
I think I gave up on it because, as a guitarist, you have to wear a clip to hold the harmonica in front of your face. And at the time I was teaching myself to play it, I had very long hair, which
Oh, yep.
gets caught in your clip, and then it
Yep.
just hurts to pull. So I just stopped doing it.
The other thing is mustaches.
Ooh.
So with some of the harmonicas, there's a little bit of space between the comb and the covers, and it pinches hairs.
Ooch.
Yeah, thankfully, by the time Dan learned to play harmonica, he had already shaved the mustache, so he hasn't gotten that delight. But
No, we have a lot of friends who have that fun, but
yeah, and I understand the the long hair caught in the rack
Yep.
deal. So yep.
But yeah, playing in the rack is kind of interesting. It's trying to do too many things at once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definite task loading.
Yep.
Well, anyway, have a safe trip out to Folk Alliance, and
Thank you.
Enjoy those train rides.
Oh,
I
always.
envy you those train rides.
Definitely.
And stay warm and stay off your ice.
Oh yeah.
That's the plan. And if we're on the ice, we stay off all the body parts that shouldn't be on the ground.
Yeah. I went out to spread ice melt wearing spikes that go on my shoes because it
That's
was
a
so
wise
slick.
idea.
And the tractor was sliding. I was going
He
to
was
fall on my butt.
He was going to be, down the driveway, across the street, and into the woods. So
There's a song there.
I'm
Yeah.
sure there is. But I'd rather not
Driveway
have
and
to
on my
write it.
butt. Into the woods we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
anyway.
we'll say goodbye to everybody and have a great night. Thanks to everybody who tuned in and everybody who will tune in later.
Yep. Because
Yeah.
we leave these up for other folks to listen. So,
great.
and hey, Brenda, thanks. You stay safe too.
Thank you, Brenda.
And have a good night, all.
Good night.
Good night.